Well, welcome everybody to, let's see, yeah, I seem to have audio too. Let me know if in the chat if for some reason you don't hear me, but this is John Leland, and this is our very first live edition of Video Mojo. I've been really reflecting on the fact that live is becoming more and more of a thing. I'm going to do this one solo, but in the future, actually, I'm looking at every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time to go live. And we'll have guests, as I have been having in the Video Mojo show. I'm also going to be doing commentaries and luscious links. Today I have three luscious links for you of influencers who led me down the path of the software and kind of the technology configuration that I'm using to do these live webcasts. It's actually quite sophisticated, and I can add lower third, graphics, and you might have seen the countdown before we started, all kinds of stuff like that. I am here in Northern California, and because I'm now on this new setup, I'm using a DSLR as well as I have the ability to switch over to my webcam, so we can go back and forth between two cameras. I guess you see that the webcam has a lower third graphic. I can also bring commenters in, so it kind of overlaps, but I can move him around so he doesn't overlap. Vince is actually our technical producer and has worked with me on a number of live Zoom events. I'm going to switch back to the other camera because I want to show you. We have one other person. Rachel's here too. So those are members of my Comm Bridges team. But like I said, I'm here in Northern California. I'm just going to flip my camera around to see my house to show that we are in the fires. It is just crazy. The air is awful. And we've got, another member of the Comm Bridges team, Samantha, is here. So anyway, this is what the air looks like. It's really quite abominable. Another thing that I'm going to show you today is via the screen sharing. This is the air quality all over the state of California. And we can zoom in on the Bay Area, and I can tell you that I'm here in the North Bay, and air quality above 250 is not a good thing at all. It's really disgusting, as I showed you earlier. So the influencers I do have set up, and I do think that we're seeing the right thing. I can see it in my preview now. This is Henny the Business, and he has a really good demo. The guy is an African-American professor in Atlanta who is also a Grammy Award-winning music producer. And he does live educational videos about how to create beats, how to do electronic music in iOS, and he does live streams, and he recommends ECAMM Live. I think this guy's really worth following. The second one is Pat Flynn. Pat Flynn has been around for a really long time. And has a podcast called Smart Passive Income and teaches courses about podcasting. Really smart guy and good guy who I really authentically believe is here to serve people and make a difference. I recommend his content. Anyway, he did a whole streak of live webcasts just like this, sharing information. And if you're watching this and you have questions, I was going to make another graphic to say ask me anything. So this is an ask me anything session. Feel free. I'd love to hear from you in the chat wherever you are. And anyway, the third luscious link that I was going to offer, this is a kind of, in a way, maybe the best one, is Ali Abdaal. And Ali is actually a doctor in Cambridge, England, who has become a massive YouTuber. He really is doing amazing. In fact, his latest video is about how to monetize on YouTube, and literally he gets into being completely, pulls back the kimono exactly how much money he's making and how it all works. Yes, Vince, is being recorded locally. So those three, Henny the Business, and Pat Flynn and Ali Abdaal are today's luscious links. So I'm going to take a breath and go back to the camera here. So there we go. I'm a little bit more comfortable on my webcam, but this is the DSLR and is definitely better quality. What's good about the webcam is that I also can kind of look up and see what's going on. So anyway, we're live and I'm open to your chats, and this is what I really think is the new frontier of what's going on the web. It's like being present via video has always been a big passion, and if you look at the old episodes of Video Mojo, you can see that I've got 2 editions up of what I'm calling the 3 pillars of a vibrant video presence, which is a series that I'm doing with Michael Cass. You can check out the first one on how to be more human in video, and the second one is about the technology of doing social video. And the third one, which we haven't shot yet, I may even have a special guest beyond Michael Cass, but we're going to talk about story, and not just story from the point of view of kind of like the marketing, branding, corporate story, but story from the point of view of really kind of transformational experience and making a difference. My technical producer Vince is asking me, am I using the new light? And I'm going to put him right up there. There's his question. I love this ability to make it interactive. So if you have questions, please put them in the chat. And the answer is yes. I have an Elgato Stream Air, I believe it's called. And I have not been able to control it, but I was able to move it to the other side of the room, Vince. I think it's making it better. Certainly with the darkness out here, I'm used to having more daylight. And the smoke is causing issues. Anyway, so live streaming is the next dimension of an engaging social media presence. So the word presence has really become kind of at the heart of what I'm both providing as a service as a digital marketing strategist, and our agency, ECAMM Bridges, that Rachel and Vince are both a part of. And, I think that, so we talk about a social media marketing presence, and the 2 videos that I've done so far with Michael Cass are about a vibrant video presence. So there are 4 pieces that if you go to commbridges.com on our social media marketing page, you'll see that I talk about consistency. And that's why Video Mojo is going back to a weekly schedule. And like I said earlier, every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific, I'm planning to do a live Video Mojo that'll have a commentary, an interview, an opportunity for Q&A, and more luscious links of things and people that I recommend following, or movies, books, what have you. So anyway, that's going to be consistency. Authenticity is being yourself and hanging out and being willing to have mistakes happen, like happened earlier when I had to figure out how to do the screen sharing properly. But anyway, being authentic and being vulnerable is number 2. And number 3, am I going to remember? I know that number 4 is video. 3 is experimentation. How could I forget? Playfulness. Being willing to hang out, make mistakes, fool around, and see what's going on. So this whole thing today is an experiment. As my friend Neil Rogan says, I'm making mistakes in the direction of my intention, and learning by doing and evolving. Anyway, so consistency, authenticity, experimentation or playfulness, and then the 4th is video. So video is the frontier of digital or social media engagement. There's nothing like the eye-to-eye contact that we can make via video and live video. I'm here to say, walking my talk, practicing what I'm preaching, doing live video now, and moving into new dimensions. New dimensions, higher quality video, the ability to switch and turn things off. And so this is going simultaneously to Facebook on my Facebook business page, ECAMM Bridges Facebook business page, to my personal profile on Facebook, and to our YouTube channel. If you're interested in more editions of Video Mojo, they're clearly on the YouTube channel. They're also on the Facebook page, and it's available as a podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or the podcatcher app of your choice. So Video Mojo is all about this. I call it the bleeding edge. It's an exploration of the future of video. So that's what we're up to. And if we have any more chats or questions, he wants to know, so Vince has a question here. Can you put a chat into ECAMM that will go out to Restream sites? Can I make a comment? I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Vince. But I'm not doing ECAMM chat. I'm doing, you're doing Facebook, and you know, it's really the idea is for the chat is to engage the social media audience. So it says we have 5 people watching, and you know, I could share my screen again. I think I've got that down now, and show you. So we're on ECAMM Live, and that's where I'm sourcing the video, and then we're going out to Restream. So this is showing all the chats. This is Restream chat, actually. So anyway, that's the chat. It's catching up, so I'm seeing a delay, actually, which is anticipated. And we're going out to these 3 channels from ECAMM Live to Restream. So that's that. I'll give you one more luscious link, which is that, let me see, I'll go back to the screen sharing. Right, so I was showing that. So the other thing that that I kind of like is Whimsical. This is a really cool kind of mind mapping application, and you know, it's interesting to. So we did. This is a strategy that we're working on, which I'll probably get into in a future episode. But I can you know, add things really quick. That we're starting at Restream Live. I'm sorry, we're starting at ECAMM Live, and then ECAMM Live goes to Restream, Restream.io, and then Restream sends it out to Facebook, Bridges page, and they also send it to Facebook, John Leland profile. Bring that over, make that, yeah, that looks better. I'm a little anal about laying this stuff out. So then we can make another one. When are we going to go live next? Rachel is asking. Great question, Rachel. Next Friday, if not sooner, but next Friday for sure. There's a bunch of conversations that I'm having with people around going live. Anyway, and it's also going to the, I think it's the John Leland, actually, YouTube channel. So yeah, every Friday at 10 a.m., and we're going to get better and better at this. This is like me experimenting and playing live. So we'll see how that goes. Anything else in the chat? Any other questions? But Rachel asked the good ones. So yeah, Video Mojo is available. There's actually, I think now 30 episodes. And the easiest place I think to get at them is combridges.com and click on our blog, or combridges.com/blog. And you can see all the Video Mojo episodes. First, most of the original episodes I shot with the iPhone, and they're more like 3 or 4 minutes long. But there's an original graphic header so you can see what they're all about and which ones you like. And then there's been the 2 episodes about a vibrant video presence with Michael Cass are recent ones. There's also a whole live webinar that I did, about a 30-minute webinar about beyond the hype social media marketing that really works, which gets into those 4 key components of a digital marketing strategy that really does create engagement. I actually heard a business commentator, it was a CEO of an online retail company, Chewy, talking about we don't build customer relation. We don't create customers. We create relationships, something like that. And that's right in my wheelhouse. I believe that marketing and real engagement is about building relationships. So things like consistency, which helps you be trustable, authenticity, being willing to play and experiment, and really using video to get personal are what it's all about. So that webinar talks about that and more. I have some interesting charts to talk about what I consider an attract, engage, relate sales funnel or marketing funnel, but one that builds authentic, sustainable, long-term relationships. Those are my mantras, as well as Video Mojo being on the bleeding edge and a playful exploration of what's going on with social media and social video in particular. And it does take some mojo to be crazy like this and experimenting and doing new stuff. Without not hearing any other comments, last call on comments, questions, anything you want to ask, I'm going to complete this first live experiment of Video Mojo, and thank you for tolerating my learning curve and fumbling around, and hopefully you found some valuable information. I'm glad that I was able to include those luscious links as something valuable, and thank you to Rachel and Vince for being here and supporting me, and Samantha, sorry. Rachel, Samantha, and Vince. We have a great team at CommBridges, so if you're looking for digital engagement, this episode of Video Mojo was brought to you by CommBridges. We build authentic relationships online. So I'll let Rachel have the last word and say thank you. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for watching, and thank you for your comments, reviews, whatever you do. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to your feedback. And again, next Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, I'll be back here with a full show, more polished production as we take this on into the future. And I'm willing to bet on live video streaming being a big part of our future, both as marketers and as citizens participating online. So with that, I'm going to throw back up my slide, and bye for now. Nice seeing you.